Okay, I'm back. I'll be reading some more from Star Wars, The Weapon of a Jedi, a Luke Skywalker adventure. Chapter 11, Imperial Attack. The stormtroopers clambered over the rubble of the ruined outbuildings with their blasters raised. Oh no, I will be captured, yelled 3PO, throwing his hands in the air. The PIKH huddled together in terror. Bellowing, Luke scrambled to his feet. He glanced quickly at his gun belt, but it was on the other side of the fountain. He never reached it in time. Surrender, rebel, said the lead trooper. Come get me, Luke said, his feet automatically assuming the ready position as he raised his lightsaber. The stormtrooper adjusted his rifle's controls, no doubt setting it for stun. I can't let them capture me, Luke thought. They will figure out who I am and make a symbol out of me. The destroyer of the Death Star brought to justice, and then many worlds that might have joined the alliance will retreat in fear instead. The lead trooper fired at him, blaster emitting rings of concentrated blue. Luke barely intercepted them with his blade, the energy dancing along it and vanishing. And of course, if they capture me, I will be executed, Luke thought, or I'd rather avoid that too. The stormtrooper paused and nodded at his fellows. The squad began to spread out, advancing across the glade toward him. Let the Force guide you, Luke thought, but he turned uncertainly one way and then the other as the troopers executed a flanking maneuver. There's too many of them, shrilled the voice of doubt in his head. 3 more modes isn't anything like 8 living adversaries. Behind the troopers came a slim man wearing the olive green uniform of an imperial officer, dragging along a smaller figure. It was Farnay. Their eyes met, and Luke saw the anger in her gaze, anger and fear. Drop your weapon, the officer said, inclining his chin at the girl in his grip. Otherwise, someone could get hurt. Luke took a step back. He was outnumbered 9-1, and the Imperials had Farnay. He sighed and held his finger over the lightsaber's activation stud. Then a hum reached his ears, followed by a surprise beat from R2. Luke whisked a glance backward. SARCO was striding through the archway that led into the temple of EEDIT. He was carrying a staff whose ends were crowned with cycling purple stalks. The weapon howled and crackled in his hand, and Luke found himself thinking that this was not the SARCO he met in the jungle. The being crossing the courtyard radiated both confidence and malice. Hyperspace Scout, SARCO said, historian, farm boy, and yet here you are with a Jedi laser sword in your hand. Like you mean to use it. Be quiet, the Imperial Lieutenant said. You are under arrest, both of you. I don't think so, SARCO replied, twisting a dial on his tool belt, or to let out an electronic shriek. 3PO stopped and flung his arms in the air, and the troopers clutched their helmets. What was that? Luke demanded. Electromagnetic pulse to block their transmissions. SEOCO said, well, Marcus, let's see what you are capable of. The faceless alien whirled the staff in his hands as he strode across the courtyard. The weapon let out a strange howl, purple lighting flaring from either end. One of the troopers fired at SERCO a panicky shot that went wide, and the alien spared the trooper with his staff, sending purple energy coursing across his armor. The trooper flopped on the ground, spasming, then lay still. The lieutenant drew his sidearm, but FERNAY drove her elbow into his stomach, breaking his grip. She scrambled away from him, head down. The officer aimed his blaster at her, and Luke raced forward, lightsaber held at his waist. A trooper fired at him. The shot was to kill, not stun, and Luke deflected the bolt into the chest of the lieutenant. The man fell forward with a strangled cry. Luke brought his lightsaber down on the trooper's helmet. Then spun away from the falling soldier and blocked a shot at point-blank range, sending the laser blast back into the chest of the trooper who fired it. The PIKH RONS broke into a run, charging over the warbird behind the trooper, seeking safety. SARCO brought his staff down like a club on a trooper's head, then thrust the end into the fallen Imperial's breastplate. He grunted as a blaster bolt struck the middle of the staff, but held on and charged the trooper who tried to disarm him, screaming like a Tusken in the Tatooine night. Something told Luke to duck. He did. Then smelled his hair burning. He swung around, thrusting his lightsaber up and through the armored breastplate of a trooper. He spotted FERNAY punching behind the rim of the fountain, watching the fight anxiously. The remaining two stormtroopers were between Luke and SARCO. SARCO swung his staff forward as one trooper fired widely. The alien's weapon hooked the soldier's blaster and whipped it out of his hands. The other trooper dropped to one knee and raised his rifle at Luke, who deflected the bolt back at him. The soldier ducked, and the reorientated bolt struck his squad mate in the back of the helmet. Then SARCO stepped over the armored body and brought his staff down on the last trooper's head. Luke stepped back, lowering his lightsaber. It had all happened so quickly. I don't know why you followed me, he said to SARCO, but I'm glad you did. The stormtroopers had been the danger he sensed in the Force, but he defeated them thanks to the mystical energy field and help from his friends. His vision hadn't been completely accurate. He hadn't slipped on a flagstone for one thing, but it had been close enough to warn him. "Oh, you are right," he called to Farnay. She nodded, eyes wide. Sao turned his head in the girl's direction, then walked past Luke and shoved one of the motionless troopers into a pit blasted in the flagstones. "What are you doing?" Luke asked, "making it harder for the Emperor to figure out what happened here," Sao said, dragging another trooper over to vanish into the darkness. "Pity. Their weapons and armor would be good salvage. Luke hesitated, but disposing of the troopers made sense. The two of them shoved the other fallen soldiers into the pits. "Look out!" Farnay yelled. Luke looked up to see Sao spinning, his staff slowly in one hand. "Stay away from him," Farnay yelled. "What are you going to do about it?" Brad snarled. Sao, "This is no business of yours." She cocked his head at Luke, to the left and then to the right. "What are you, Marcus?" he asked. "I've been considering that. Since back in the jungle, you are no hyperspace scout, that's for sure. And you can use the sorcerer's weapon better than you let on." Luke took a step backward, raising his lightsaber. The remote was forward, thinking he meant to resume the exercise. Luke slipped on a loose flagstone, nearly falling to his knees. He looked from the flagstone to Sao in sudden realization. "The Force wasn't warning me about the stormtroopers," he said. "It was warning me about you." "Oh no," 3PO moaned. "The Force?" Sao said. "So you are a Jedi then?" "I don't think so. I remember them from when I was small." "You don't have the skills. So what are you?" "What was the word the sorcerers used before the Empire came for them?" "Padawan." "That was it. So that's what you are, a learner, an apprentice. But what good's an apprentice without a master?" Sao skirted the edge of a pit, walked toward Luke like he had all the time in the world. Luke found his feet, assuming ready position, noting with relief that the remotes had finally concluded something other than a training exercise was taking place. Nobody's Padawan. The last apprentice of an extinct religion, Sao said. "Care for a duel?" Luke felt his anger rising. Sao had proposed the one thing he wanted most, a chance to show off his new skills and show the awoken alien what a mistake he made. He exhaled slowly, lightsaber held at his waist, as Sao spun his staff in a blur of deadly purple. "I should thank you. Nobody's Padawan," he said. "I've been looking for a way into this place for years, and now you have been good enough to find one for me. And now you know that there's nothing left here for you to steal. SERCO purposes VOCODER erupted in amused static. "That's where you are wrong. Nobody's Padawan. The Emperor bombed the temple, but the vaults and star rooms below are intact. I have got debts to pay, and what's beneath our feet will take care of that and more. Pity you won't get to see the wealth your precious sorcerers left behind. The Jedi didn't stockpile wealth like that, Luke said. The only treasures here are what's around you. Serco turned his CHITINOUS mask to take in the broken statues and uprooted flagstones, then returned his scrutiny to Luke. Do you know what I'm going to do after I defeat you? Nobody's Padawan, he asked. First, I will sell what's ever left of you to the governor. Then I will sell your fighter and melt those droids into scrap. As for your saber, it will fetch good credits from some collector, or perhaps I will keep it as one of my trophies. None of those things is going to happen, Luke said, and leapt forward, lightsaber held over his head. Okay, that's all for now. Bye-bye.